Welcome back to the LAMDA log. um, yeah, I'm just gonna be knocking these videos out one after the other. And though this whole week is gonna be pretty short, but this is week 11, day 2, performance day. Yeah, it was our first performance, and our first run was it started at 10:30, so I got there early. I think I got there like 8:30, and we had a warm up with Jess. And Ollie gave us a little speech. He said, F the audience, find the actor's arrogance, and own the stage. Don't be indulgent, but own the stage. And then we did okay. There were 7 people in the audience at this lovely 10:30 in the morning. And it just, I don't know. I think as I started with playing the music, right? There, just because it didn't take a long time to get people settled in and sat in the audience, everything just started all of a sudden. I was like, oh, we're singing. Let me switch, because I start off with just like strumming this chord in a pattern like something like that. And then I'm like, oh, we're starting. And then I do this picking pattern. I'm like, this whole thing. And so that was a little hard. And yeah, so it was fine. We'll do better tomorrow. But we had a little 25-minute break before we jumped into our notes. And I'll just read off the notes, and then we were able to see the other 2 shows, and then that was the day. Also, I was planning on seeing Peribañez yesterday, Monday night, before we were scheduled to have a rehearsal till 9 p.m. so that I could see Greenland, one of the rep shows, tonight, Tuesday night. But nothing worked out, so it's fine. Did I say this is the 31st of March? 'Tis the 31st of March. So once again, start off with the epic question. How'd that go? With more time, as the time went on, we kind of lost the strength and specificity in it. So we really need to focus and like lock in and stay locked in. And if someone brought down the energy in one scene, the next person can come and zoom it up and keep it going. We need to get here at 9 a.m. and be warmed up and ready to go. We needed to play a game. We needed to lock in because we were just scattered. We weren't ready. It was an early performance. The show is fine as long as you hold the scene, be clear and be specific. Technique is how we pick up more and do it when we don't always have the feeling, right? When it's not just natural or intuitive. This show is about mystery and the worlds represented. We do the best when we're cleaning and when we're dancing and singing because it requires that elevated nature. A win was our interactions and finishing the thought with an audience member. That's where we really had some success. I had some Teo moments like that I felt good about. And then the further along, the quieter and the slower and less energetic it became, where it should be the opposite. As it goes, it should go up. But we really started like here, and we're like, right. If this happens, you start the new scene with energy and purpose. You are the difference. And then pick up the lines, listen. What word inspires that next thought or response? Let the breath drop in and respond. Last night's performance, our third run was better than our performance this morning. Ollie has high expectations, which is why he's pushing more. And back and forth, my back and forth with Fabia needs to be like a sword fight, throwing darts, practice it, surprise each other. It got set and it kind of died. We were doing what we had done. We need the internal energy and motivation, that quiet isn't less energy, it needs intensity. When you're quiet, articulation needs to be upped to capture that energy. More articulation and energy in general. Respond, respond, respond. Bring energy down into the gut and cut through the and cut and out through the eyes. So the energy needs to come in through the gut and just pierce through the eyes. Like, what do you? No, I think he's sick, right? Whatever my line would be. And then Ollie, Ollie loves Kit Kats, so I need to get him some Kit Kats for a gift. Bring the energy of the previous moment. Oh, I think I also got here early this day, Tuesday, because I got Ollie a card, and so I went to Hammersmith Tube Station. I got him a big card for people to sign. We won't give it to him till tomorrow though, because we just didn't have the time. And then bring the energy of the previous moment, even for the king, right? He just watched an amazing fight. I was like, oh yeah, he's got to be a huge bullfighting fan. Just, oh my lord, you have all done well today and brought honor to Castilla and done honor to Castilla. Whatever my lines are. I know. I finished. They're gone. Right? We should be breathing through this fight. That was a specific note for the people who are fighting. It's like, how do you get that? How do you bring that energy of, oh, we were just fighting a bull and it was awesome, right? Not just like faking it, but like actually getting your heart rate up. This is all pretend. So pretend fully, make it up, and believe it. Allow thoughts to roll, gather, and grow. Drive comes from one another. Oh, one comes from the other. Like, so it needs to roll, and especially with these longer speeches, the ideas need to stack and have movement and dynamics to it. We need to build and grow the tension, stakes and drive to the end. Let the breath dictate and determine the energy and emotion in the body. A lighter touch on the accent. I got a specific note from Jess because people were laughing at my accent. My very first thing as I lay down, I cross myself by saying, "En nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Véngase a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo." Right? So, like, I'm saying the words prayer in Spanish, and then I get interrupted. And so it brought some humor, and Jess doesn't want anybody laughing at the accent. So, regardless of how well my accent was performed and was done, it lost. It got lost because people were listening to the accent, not the words, and so Jess wants me to chill on it and cut some of those Spanish words like observancia and these ones that are more Spanishy. Even though, yeah, somebody who speaks Spanish and has a lot of ties to Spain said that he thought I was doing a great job with the accent and that it was respectful. I had done my homework. I'm a Spanish speaker, and he thinks it was just like a audience immaturity thing, or that they know me and so they know that, like, oh, he's speaking Spanish. That's exciting. But yeah, so I'm just gonna try to figure out how to do that tomorrow. Yeah, we need to play a game and we need some music and practice some bits together. We need to get amped before tomorrow's show. So be stronger, definite, and courageous. Always be driving. If someone drops the ball, you need to swipe it away and drive it. What do I need to do to get what I want through that person? Right? We can work stuff afterwards tonight if we have time. I went to Honest Burger for lunch with some people, which was great. And then we saw Life of the Dream. Nick was the director. Beautiful. I loved it. I think it's my favorite show that we've done. It's all about this king who reads the stars and is really into astrology, and the prophecies that he read in the stars is that his son will be a cruel monster man. and will usurp him, and he'll bow to him, but also that he'll like kill his mother. He'll tear his mother um, in birth, which he does. It's like a terrible birth. And so then he, since he like fulfills the first prophecy by killing his mother during childbirth, he locks him away for his whole life. And then he's like, I feel like I've been cruel, so I'm going to give him the opportunity to be prince and to see what he does. And if he's cruel, I'll throw him back in prison and I'll tell him it was all a dream. And so he won't be despaired. And if not, and then I'll be justified in my action. And if not, um, I'll be merciful and he can take his place as prince. Um, and it was like that. And then he was a monster and he killed a guy like in his first moments up. He threw somebody out the window. Um, but then he was put back in prison and was told it was a dream. And then some other people break him out of prison to put him on the throne. It's like, you're the true prince. We want you as king. And then he's kind and he's like, you know what? I learned that if we act unkind in our dreams, um, then we could live in punishments in our lives. And so it's better to be kind and to be good all the time. And it was lovely. I was like, that's so good. It was good redemption and um good time. Then we had dinner somewhere, and then we saw Peribanez by Simon. It was another banger. It was so good. A great love story about commitment. It was about this newly married couple who was Pedro Ibanez, which I think Peribanez is like a shortened nickname for Pedro Ibanez or Pedro Ibanez. Peri Ibanez. Um, yeah, and he falls in love with Catilda, I think is his wife's name, and they're getting married. And then Catilda saves this general who's a nobleman. Well, she's like with him after he gets gored by this bull, and then he falls in love with her, and he's constantly trying to woo her and get her away from his husband, and him. Then he like recruits her husband to be a leader in the army, and then sends him off to fight in the wars against the Moors, and it's this whole like big thing. Um, but um, but yeah, and so but she's loyal and he's loyal, and this other guy's awful, and it's good. It was really good. I loved it. It was a beautiful love story. I cried as I do. And that was the day. It was our first show, and it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad, and I'm happy with it. And we're gonna do so much better tomorrow. As in Wednesday. I love you. Love y'all. Hope you're doing well. Bye.